right. So a lot of people, including myself, we were into this song, right? I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop, right? 50 Cent, okay? An official music video also with this song. Dance floor jam packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby. It's simple. If you be out here, right? And we think nothing of it, you know. But I was thinking that's interesting how it's called the candy shop. Okay, and some people will be like, "Oh, you're being silly. He's just talking about the females he's been with, the adult women." Right? I see, how this could potentially refer to something else, right? I mean, candy. Isn't that interesting? I'll take you to the candy shop. And look at this image here. Are they supposed to be like food or something? I don't know, but candy is primarily targeted towards children and teenagers. So I brought this up with other music in the past. We had Marcy Playground. They had a song called Sex and Candy. Isn't that absolutely disgusting? Remember there was a band called the Cherry Poppin' Daddies? Okay? You have Birdman, aka Baby. You have, you know, Cash Money Records, right? Remember the Hot Boys? Nicki Minaj, her character pushing the Barbie theme. So, I mean, you know, it's like it's done on purpose, you know what I mean? By the industry, okay? Right? So, I mean, you would think somebody with some kind of sense, or think about like female sex toys, right? You like why you using the word toy. So you could see how with the language they intertwine this stuff, and it's like, I think somebody with some sense could think a little bit about that and maybe, choose different titles to songs maybe. So candy shop, again, candy is primarily targeted towards children and teenagers. 50 Cent his character on the world stage likes to clown people, even like Diddy, and the character Diddy, what he went through with his like trafficking situation or whatever. Okay, and it's like, dude, you got a song called Candy Shop, and candy is targeted towards children. You know, that's why I made the thumbnail I did here, because that's just a fact, and it's just with the language. Okay, remember he had a image with Soldier Boy too, with his arm draped around him. That was a questionable photo as well. And we need to question all of these characters on the world stage. At least for what they put right in plain sight. Okay, and so with that being said, yes, candy bars were generally priced around 50 cents through much of the 1980s and 90s. Isn't that interesting? And you got 50 Cent with the candy shop. And look at the image I put there, 50 cent coins. Milk chocolate, that's interesting as well. Now this is the character that has the candy shop song. Can you believe that there's a Curtis Candy Company? And this is Curtis James Jackson the Third, 50 Cent, his full name. The Curtis Candy Company was an American uh, confectionery brand and a former company based in Chicago, Illinois. It was founded in 1916 by Otto Schnaring. Isn't that amazing? And then, what a coincidence, Curtis Jackson has a song called The Candy Shop. Curtis Candy Company with one more S. And we wouldn't know this, unless we go and just. I didn't even dig. Really, I wasn't aware of that at all. I was just kind of doing the research. You'll start typing stuff in Google and stuff pops up. I'm like, what's this? Curtis Candy Company? Now, I looked at some of the lyrics of the candy shop. Okay. Now, again, someone out there could be like, oh, he's just referring to the women he's been with. Okay, maybe. But look at the lyrics, too. I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Check this out. Go ahead, girl. Don't you stop. Maybe we should start referring to adults as, women. Or, maybe just simply like female, right? And, maybe we've all kind of used this language at one point, but we need to watch how we use our language. I mean, especially if you have a song called The Candy Shop referring to children. Girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa. Look, I'll take you to the candy shop. He even says boy. Why would you say the word boy at all? Like, I understand. Okay, people, it's just how people talk, whatever. But come on, you got the word girl. You got the word boy pretty much like in the same line there. Okay, now look over to the right. We need to stop calling, if we're with adult women in relationships, maybe we should stop referring to them as baby, because that's kind of disgusting. And the reason why people talk like this is because they were trained to talk like this, and whoever trained them, the fake world, who's running the fake world, they should be ashamed. They're sitting in the corner like hee hee hee. You know what I'm saying? Right? Baby, it's simple. If you be a nympho, I'll be a nympho. You know what I mean? Check it out. In the hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park. Okay? Parks generally are for children. Okay? Right? Man. So that's these lyrics, and girl, what we do and where we do and where we do the things we do are just between me and you. So you kind of get that image in your head. Like, why does that have to be a secret? Oh, he's just referring to, private information. He's with this adult woman and they want to just keep it discreet or whatever the terminology you want to use, right? But just something I wanted to look at, okay? Just something I wanted to look at. You got to be leery. You got to question some of these, especially what's been trending lately with a lot of the trafficking stuff. And they give us a lot of these fake stories, I think, to cover up, or they'll refer to this and they'll throw a character under the bus. Like with the SA stuff with Diddy. And, oh, Cassie was young, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff throughout the years, Michael Jackson with the allegations against that character, But 50 Cent, again, likes to clown a lot of people. So I felt the opportunity to just kind of take a shot at the character 50 Cent because it's not a real person, okay? He didn't write any of this stuff. He's a character playing a role. You understand? I had his albums. I mean, I liked Get Rich or Die Trying, The Massacre. I own those albums. I bumped those albums, into my young adulthood. But, no longer, right? So we have to stop being deceived by these people. We have to watch the language they use. Okay, we need to question this stuff. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little video I put together. Just keep an eye out for this stuff. If you want to feel the need to kind of clown it, make a little video and put it out yourself, feel free. But yeah, that's a little look at 50 Cent with the song called The Candy Shop. That's disgusting. Until next time.